Well, where do you come down on Donald Trump's complaints about Colorado, Louisiana, how the delegate process is working, how Ted Cruz is working the delegate system? Because what the RNC is saying today is this is the deal, these are the rules, they've been the rules, and every candidate was informed of those rules.
Well, I'm not so sure it's about Donald Trump or Reince Priebus. It's really about the American people and whether or not they're being disenfranchised by a bunch of people who sit around and create arbitrary rules that tend to benefit them. This happens on both sides, and I think it's one of the things that the American people are tired of. I think that's why we're seeing people like Trump and Bernie Sanders doing so well, because people are tired of the status quo. This is how it's supposed to be, with a few people sitting there and making those decisions.
Well, the Republican Party, as is the Democratic Party, is a private organization, and so what their rules are set by them. Sean Spicer, the communications director for the RNC, wrote in this memo, the rules surrounding the delegate selection have been clearly laid out in every state and territory, and while each state is different, each process is easy to understand for those willing to learn it. Take note, Donald Trump is the PS, unspoken.
Yeah, well, you know, during the Jim Crow era, those were the rules, too. They were written. Everybody knew about them. Didn't make them right. And I'm not saying this is the same, but, you know, I think you get the point. Just because rules are there, just because they're written by somebody, doesn't mean that they're right. Doesn't mean that you can't re-review the system. You know, there are a lot of things we need to look at. You know, from a historical perspective, you know, why do we need the Electoral College anymore? Stop and ask yourself, why was that put in place? And do those same circumstances still apply? Actually, they do not. We need to start looking at a lot of different things.